Hello. I posted something earlier this month. It's the Creativity Catalyst, and this month the theme was boundaries. And I haven't done my own work with that theme yet. And when I was trying to figure out how to get started, I thought of doing this thing I'm going to show you now. Because what inspired this theme to begin with was just the simplicity of a line and how a line divides in whatever way. So I thought in an expressive arts way, really in a really raw and simple way, we can explore what that means. So I'm doing this on the fly, and my first thought was to just kind of experiment with how a line divides up a space. So I thought I would fold this paper up into some sections. I actually have to, I think I have enough time to do this. And so we have sections now, and just pick a spot and go to another side. So it might be just across. It could meander. Maybe it goes back where it came from. You know, different speeds, different widths. From corner to corner. And I don't know what I'm going to do until I start. I'm just using charcoal. I like that. I think I shall do more. Those are all very organic. Maybe there's like a more kind of geometric way of doing it. But the goal is to just meander from one edge to another and just kind of play around with how you do that. Okay, so having done that, we have our lines, and I was focusing very much on the line I was making, but now I want to become aware of the space that I created by doing that. I'm just gonna draw this line to divide these up so it's more clear where the edges are. I kind of wish I had not done this, but that's okay. I kind of liked how it looked better before. But anyway, so like when I look at this one, I have these two equal spaces. When I look at this one, I have this big space and this little thing here with a much smaller space. And these have very different feelings to them. And I can like feel a story from the energy that they have. Like this one feels very like political, you know, like, and I don't want to say too much because I want you to do it without thinking, and then come back and have your own experience. So so I won't say that much more, but just after you draw the lines, you will have these spaces that you have created. And then I thought after that, what you could do is, you know, pick a line style or a technique that was kind of fun for you and redo it on a larger scale. And I have two things with this. One is when I was doing it smaller, it was kind of a wrist action. maybe. I mean, we tend to, because of writing, we tend to use a wrist action. And instead, maybe both, drawing from the shoulder. But really what I want was for you to be really conscious as you are making this line. And you can divide it up again. Like now that I see this, I'm like, that's a lot of empty space. I don't know. And I kind of think that you should pause this and go do the first thing before you see what I'm going to do next, so that you can have your own experience of it without being influenced by what I'm going to be doing. So go do that and then come back. And now it's part 2. And what I want to do now is to just do it again more mindfully, and to really put myself in this kind of hushed frame of mind where I allow whatever is going to come up. So this is a little bit, in the realm of expressive arts, where you're making a connection between what you're making and what's coming up. So I'm going to do that quietly. I could keep going, but I'm going to stop there. So I want you to go do the same thing. I don't want to say too much about what was going through my mind as I was doing this. But I was totally improvising it. I had no idea before I started what I was going to end up with. And then you saw me grab an eraser. So you might want to go grab an eraser, because that ended up being kind of meaningful for me. And I wasn't trying to make it anything, but then it became something. I felt something that was meaningful to me, that the lines were symbolizing. And so I just kind of started playing around with that. So I don't want to influence your own experience. So you can pause the video and just go do it. And then if you want to come back, then I can tell you what I was thinking about as I was doing it. So go pause, go do your thing, and I'll see you back. And you're back. Okay, so I know for me, like something that I'm already interested in my work is the idea of intimacy and like personal boundaries and what we let in from other people and what we let out, and then also within ourselves what we allow. So this line here that I made in here is kind of representing like how hard or permeable my sense of self is. And there was this sort of core emotional thing that I wanted to capture that's sort of unknown to me as well, and how I'm trying to get to know it and trying to let it out. And then I made another line for another person, and this didn't represent any particular person, but maybe just how I interact with the partner other. And something I've had to learn how to do is to speak up for myself and say what I want, and like not do the mind reading thing or expect people to read my mind, and also just like what I'm willing to accept in terms of another person's unprocessed stuff. And so, I was kind of thinking about that and just aware of this space in between, the other person and me, and then the space in between where things travel. So that's what I was thinking about as I was doing it. And I wanted to go on longer, and I might continue working on this, but I have to go take somebody to the airport. So I'm going to end it now. Hopefully that is enough of a prompt to inspire something for you. And as usual, I would love to see and hear what you have done or experienced or made. And I have the Facebook group that you can join, which is a more private space to share things. And you can always, email me or however you want. Because sometimes we want to share what we made, and we want to be witnessed, and I'm happy to do that. So that's it. I will see you all soon. Bye.